What is up, GDem? Welcome back to another video. I know it's been a while. I do. This is just a little bit of a random video. I don't intend on doing much editing on this. This is just sort of an update, if you will. Basically, I have a lot of shit coming up. So, we've got Outlast Trials, which has just been released. I'm recording that constantly with Matthew as much as I can and editing it as much as I can. We did play the beta a while ago. If you haven't seen that, then here is the video. And a link to it should be in the description, assuming that I remember. Also, if I sound a bit weird or like I've got some kind of lisp or whatever, that's because I have these new rubber bands in my braces that basically just try to realign my bottom and top row of teeth. It's really annoying. But I got them in like yesterday, so I'm still getting used to them. So if I like slur my words or whatever, if it's completely unintelligible, I'll put some subtitles on, but hopefully it's not that bad. The biggest news is my face reveal video, which will be coming out at some point. I have no idea how long it's going to take to make, how long it's going to take to record, but I've got so many cool ideas for what I'm going to do, with the future of this channel in terms of like face cam videos. It's just, it's going to be so amazing. Right, so if you haven't seen any of my community posts, basically, sorry, I can't talk when I'm crafting because I'm fucking... Any videos after my face reveal video are going to be face cam, unless for some reason it's... No, I think all my videos after that will be face cam. So that's any horror games, Minecraft, new Minecraft videos, things like that. But my face reveal, I've got a bunch of cool ideas for. Basically, just like the first section is just going to be sort of talking about my YouTube history, other channels that I've had, and then I'm going to have sort of all the best games that I've played on my channel. So obviously Gmod, because that's one of the things that got me somewhat popular, with that one video having 117,000 views, which by the way is I mean, that's unbelievable. I still can't believe that happened. But yeah, probably that. Might do a bit of Outlast, and then I've got a couple of good horror games lined up for me to just play by myself instead of with other people. Might do a Minecraft segment as well. But all of these are going to have my face cam over them, so it'll be quite cool. And I've also got a cool idea for like a cinematic intro with a few shots, just so I can show off my sort of ability in terms of live action stuff a little bit more than I could on that GTA like skit video that I did, because that was I don't know, I didn't really do much with it. I didn't make a pickaxe. But yeah, it was just sort of, I had to wear the Batman mask, so obviously you can't see my face. But that's the thing, I'm thinking, like, I've basically shown you my face, but like with the Batman mask on and with that VR video. And what I was originally going to do was wait until like 10k subs or 1,000 subs, whatever, depending on how fast the channel grew. And then I was going to do a face reveal, but obviously that includes a lot of waiting and betting on the fact that my channel's actually going to grow fast enough for that to happen sometime soon. Which is kind of contradicting, because the whole reason for me wanting to do a face reveal is so that I can make my content better, so I can grow faster. Most of the people I've talked to that watch like Let's Play videos, they watch it for the reaction of the person, right? They watch it to see how they react to a game that they know. That is a skeleton. Okay. And the thing is, when I'm just talking, you see a tiny portion of like how I'm actually reacting to it. Like, you don't see my facial expressions or anything really. So it's just sort of like, I don't know, I feel like I'm losing a lot of the quality that I could be having with a gaming video. So when I've actually got face cam, and also there's a lot of sort of editing opportunities, isn't there? Like moving the camera around, making it bigger and smaller, and also like intros. I could have actually me talking to the camera for parts of it instead of just text with like a blurred version of the gameplay behind. Just a bunch of things like that. And I'm planning on sort of elevating my content in other ways as well, other than just like adding a camera. My outro I'm going to try and make a little bit better. I mean, at the moment, it's literally just see when the next one GDem cut. So I want to sort of have an actual fully fledged outro, to sort of give you a chance to, maybe look at some of my other videos, or actually get a chance to see the video cards that pop up at the end, instead of just see the next one GDem. It's over. It's a bit abrupt. And then also the whole reason why I haven't been uploading so much is, well, first of all, I'm in the middle of A levels, which, if you didn't know, is, quite a hard task. Much harder than GCSEs, anything like that. And I've also got, because I went to Thailand, and that was literally the best holiday I've ever been on. And what I did, before I went there, for some reason, I decided, I don't even know, like, the reason why I did decide to start this. But basically, I'm doing a whole vlog of the entire holiday. I was constantly filming absolutely everything. It was unbelievable. Like, I was just, I think my family just thought I was, like, completely antisocial and just wanted to film everything so I can show off instead of actually enjoying the holiday. And I would say filming probably made it about 5% worse overall, just because I'm constantly having to hold a phone. But, the amount of enjoyment that I'm getting out of, like, editing this vlog is, I mean, it's unbelievable. You know what? As part of this video, I'm going to sort of save a little section of it, but I'm going to blur my face whenever it shows. Just so you can sort of see the idea of, like, the way I'm editing it. So, yeah, here you go. So you're probably wondering how we got to this point right here, and to figure that out, we need to go back quite a while. So the extent of my geographical knowledge is very, very limited, but here's what I know. This is us, this is Phuket in Thailand where we're going, and in between us is Dubai. We're going to have to fly 7 hours all the way from here to Dubai, then we're going to be in the airport in Dubai for about 2 hours, and then we're going to have to fly a further 6.5 hours all the way from there to Phuket in Thailand. Now, I don't know about you, but the longest flight I've ever been on is about 2.5 hours. So this is going to be quite the difference. But anyway, the first thing we have to do is just wake up, get all our stuff, and get on the minibus all the way to the airport.
Do you know, I think I make a great dad. Because I actually come back with milk.
So, I was beginning to realise I didn't actually know a lot about the country as a whole, like, at all, so I did a bit of Googling and found out a few things. But anyway, we've made it to the airport and now we have the gruelling task of dragging all of our bags, which we have many, through airport security.
How are we feeling? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling very good.
So, after running around the airport for ages and eating lunch, our first problem arrives. The flight to Dubai ended up taking off about an hour and a half late after all the waiting we had to do. And if you remember, we were meant to spend about 2 hours in Dubai, and now we have what ends up being about 15 minutes, which you'll see very soon. But anyway, let's get on this giant metal bird, which, by the way, weighs about 560 tons. And let's get flying.
Isabel, have you got your running shoes on?
Oh, it's time to fly to the next step.
Because yeah, we're running to
You need to grab your bag.
Aidan was not wrong. We have about 15 minutes to get from this flight to the next one, and we were running fast.
It's absolute mayhem.
At this time, Daddy.
You see behind you. He's just running. Oh my days. My arm is aching. Aidan. How do you know we made it? What? Oh, I want to do that. Speed. Oh my days. No, there's a queue. Go on the back, hop to the back or something.
Amelia.
Oh my god. It just closed. My day. It just closed. It just closed. Did it just close?
It just closed. It's closing now.
If we had been so much as a minute later, we very well could have missed our plane completely and had to spend potentially days in the airport waiting for the next available flight to Thailand. But anyway, we've made it now, and we have to sit through another pretty much 7-hour flight. And I think this clip accurately describes how we were all feeling about that.
As well. Are you ready to get on the second 6-hour flight? That was a great response from me then. I'm still recording. Do you have a problem with me recording every single moment of this holiday?
Yeah.
So I'm going to be doing that, yeah, you know.
Are you fucking serious? So yeah, anyway, as you saw, I'm planning doing a lot of musically timed sort of montage type things for travel sections, and sort of heavily edited intros. I'm just trying to sort of make like the typical vlog. I've watched a lot of sort of vlog style content, and I've watched a lot of YouTube basically. So I'm just sort of going off what I think is sort of like the typical vloggy style, and it's, you know, it's not like peak editing, but I like to think that based on the fact I've never really done anything like that before, I think it's, you know, pretty good, because most of my editing for gaming videos is literally just, I try to have like a lot of creative aspects of it in terms of like moving things around, adding text, arrows, funny edits, but the majority of the work is just footage in software, chop, upload. and then obviously the intro is like, you know, put the gameplay in the background, blur it, subtitle my whole thing manually, by the way. I don't have a software that does it for me. It's very hard and annoying, but I'm not complaining, because, you know, it's like, what, 10-15 minutes of my life. And then there's obviously like scripting the intros. Some videos are partially scripted, mainly that GTA one, the initial sort of intro sequence. I think that GTA intro is like really shit. Like, I don't like it at all. My acting in it's absolutely shocking, and the editing's just not great. I had a cool vision for it, but it just didn't sort of work out in the end. But yeah, I think it was a good experience in terms of sort of getting used to doing more live action stuff, and getting used to sort of coming up with an idea for a video and then sort of getting it out of my head and on into an actual project. Because that's something that's sort of quite hard for me. I can imagine what I want my videos to look like, but then when I realise how much work is involved in just doing like the simplest of edits, especially on the software I use, which is Wondershare Filmora, a lot of the stuff is very easy to use, but obviously the easier you make something to use, the more sort of features and different ways of doing things that you're sacrificing. So when you use something like Premiere Pro, which is designed to be like a, you know, the editing software that everyone uses, most people do use it, most professional ones, as far as I'm aware. You know, I mean, anything you can think of in terms of editing, other than like full-on 3D VFX and stuff, you could probably do in what's it called, in Premiere. But that includes a lot of learning, and it's the same thing with using like Photoshop versus Photopea or Photo.net or Canva, or, you know, there's different levels of complexity, and the more complex you get, the better quality videos you can make, but it also requires a lot of learning. And so with Filmora, I mean, all my original videos on a channel called The Emulator, which is, I mean, it's gone now, so don't try searching for it, but all of those were edited on iMovie on my phone. So that was literally just a case of put the videos in it and then upload it, and that was it. There was no editing. So everything I've done on my YouTube channel so far, I've just had to pick up and learn along the way. So I've just like based it on things I've seen on Markiplier and Jacksepticeye's videos. I know I've mentioned them so many times, but they genuinely are a huge inspiration for me. Like, that is my YouTube sort of education, just watching them. I'm not making tools. Once I've got the basic skills from watching all these videos, I then just like implement stuff that I think would be funny, and, you know, make it my own with like the What Is Up GDM intro, and just my general intro style and my very fast cut editing style. I know that's like, that term is sort of very 2023 YouTube, every single video. Like if you've seen like Mr. Beast, Matthew Beam, all those sort of clones where everything's just like, oh my god guys, this is happening, whoa, what's going on? That's not what I mean by fast cut. I just mean like every single like part of the video is just me saying something, instead of just like, I leave moments of silence in, and like if I'm editing a horror game, you know, there's parts where I'll leave it dead, because, you know, it's building tension, and it's an important part of the game. But my general editing style is just sort of very fast cut. You know, you're just watching it for me. Typically, I don't see anybody watching my videos to sort of gain knowledge about a game. I think mine's more just like an experience, watching how I react to it. Because obviously I cut out a lot of stuff to make the videos, so they're not like 40, 50. You see some of Markiplier's videos that are just sort of barely, in terms of cutting it down, barely edited at all. Because, well, first of all, he's very skilled in terms of commentating on everything and making everything he says sort of have some sort of value. Whereas with me, a lot of what I'm saying is just sort of, you know, waffling. Just, oh, what's that? What's this? What's that? What's this? I don't need to include all that. So I end up chopping a lot of it out. So yeah, my videos end up being quite a bit shorter than most of the people's would be. Yeah, the vlog. So this has been sort of a great experience for me in terms of learning new editing skills, learning just new editing skills, and how to sort of make a good quality video efficiently. Because like I say, everything I've made so far, is pretty much just like copying things I've seen off YouTube, and you know, it takes quite a while. Whereas the more I'm doing it, the more efficient I'm getting at making things that look high quality. And like I was saying, high quality softwares like Premiere make it easier to make high quality things if you get good at it. Whereas with Filmora, you're just limited to the sort of everything's made easy for you sort of thing. Like I don't know, like if I wanted to have, for example, something I couldn't do on Filmora is have like elements moving around on the screen, like just an image of an arrow or something moving around, and also have that entire image shrink, because then you've got like some weird sort of maths going on where it's like the arrow's moving but within another thing that's also moving. You couldn't do that. But I see things like that all the time where you've got like effects and things happening within a screen that's also being moved around or changing size and things like that. I couldn't do that on Filmora, and maybe there's a way of doing it that would take a while. Like if I were to sort of keyframe the elements within that smaller screen specifically so they get smaller with the bigger one and do it really manually. You know, there's just like tiny things like that are just very hard to do in Filmora, and it would take a while to learn a new software. And I think I want to eventually, like if YouTube gets more serious and I'm sort of more ambitious about making content, then you know then it's sort of time to be like, okay, let's get serious. Let's actually learn a good software, and make my videos better, because that's the next step. I'm about to start doing Facecam, which is just adding another element, making my videos, I'd probably say twice as good, because you know, like I say, a lot of the sort of expression and reaction is taken out of it when you can't see their face. It's just my voice. And like I said in the community post, again, nobody's reading that, so I'll just repeat it. I'm sort of having to say everything that I'm thinking. Like, you see every other sort of Facecam gaming YouTuber, 99% of the reaction is just in their face. It's how they look at the screen. I have none of that. So it's like, if I get scared by something, I sort of go, I have to go right into the mic, and I can't just sort of, like, you didn't see that, but I sort of made a shocked face, but you can't see that. You have no idea what I'm thinking. So I have to make everything verbal. So with Facecam comes a lot more of a sort of live action aspect of it, and that's also something I want to get better at in terms of like acting in a way, because you know there's this whole thing about being genuine, and you know you don't want to put on a performance. Like Mr. Beast, I really do like him as a content creator. I think a lot of his videos are really good, but it is like an act, isn't it? It's like a full-on act. But I think it's impossible to have a YouTube sort of persona, a YouTube presence on YouTube without sort of it being completely different to who you are in real life. And so instead of just giving people snippets and they never really know who you are, you sort of have to, I'm sort of waffling here, what I mean is you sort of have to build a character and sort of not over exaggerate, but you know, everyone acts differently on camera, so it's about sort of taking hold of that and controlling it in a way that actually makes it more fun to watch, instead of just you being more awkward, or you know. And a lot of the emulator channel was sort of vlog content, so it was, you know, me and my brother running around playing hide and seek, just doing stupid shit like that. But I think if I go back and watch those videos now, the cringiest shit I've ever seen. It was terribly edited. I didn't know what I was talking about, and the awkwardness and the camera shyness literally seeped through my eyeballs. You could see it so clearly. And so what I want to do with my Facecam videos is just get better at that in general, just being better at expressing what I'm thinking and how I'm feeling without it being awkward and sort of weird to watch, because you can really tell sort of if somebody feels awkward on camera or is not used to it, you know. And it seems so effortless when you watch like I need to stop mentioning them, but Jacksepticeye and Markiplier, if you watch them, it seems effortless. It seems like all they're doing is just being themselves, talking to the camera. And to an extent they are, yeah. But it is just about expressing everything you're feeling. And they've said multiple times, sort of, they've talked about a lot how it's like you wouldn't play a game the same by yourself as you would recording a YouTube video. You know, you're sort of constantly thinking of jokes to say and like reacting to things more openly. Not necessarily more exaggerated, but just more openly, making it more obvious to the audience what you feel about a certain thing, and so that is a sort of quite a difficult skill to sort of express everything you're feeling in such a way that the audience can actually see that. So yeah, I've waffled on a bit there, but that's what I mean is I just want to get better at that in general, get better at using a camera. Another reason why I haven't done a face reveal yet is because I was planning on sort of waiting until maybe the end of this year, which is when my birthday is, to get like a sort of high quality webcam. But what I'm quickly learning is that a good webcam costs quite a bit of money, and is, I mean, you know, it's a professional piece of equipment that I'm just not familiar with at all. I don't know how it works. I don't know. All I know is that you can use it as sort of an OBS element and, you know, record it into your computer instead of what I'm going to be doing, which is using my phone to just record my face and then send that over. And there's nothing wrong with the camera quality of my phone. I'll tell you that my camera quality is really good. I mean, most iPhones, anyone can basically make YouTube videos with just their phone at this point, because cameras are so good now. But it's just that whole thing of having it integrated into your setup and being able to sort of open OBS and it's there, instead of what I'm going to be doing, which is using a microphone stand to hold my phone up, which is obviously not, you know, professional or anything. Goodness me, how long is this video going to be? I don't know. Do I even want to bother editing it? I don't know. I'm not sure how I would sort of integrate it into my content, but the editing skills that I've learned through this Thailand vlog that I'm making would be really cool to implement into my videos, because that's like the most fun I've had editing in a while. Probably because I've spent so much time just editing, you know, the same style gaming video for so long. So I want to be able to at least try and include more vlog style, like live action content into mine. Probably mostly through sort of skits like the GTA one, but a lot more elevated and just better in general. But, you know, who knows, one day I might just sort of turn this into a more general channel and start doing more live action vlogs, things like that. Or I might make a second channel, TapZack Vlog, because I mean TapZack, insert a thing here, is a very sort of easily manipulative name in terms of making it to whatever I want, you know, TapZackGames, TapZack Vlogs, TapZack Streams, TapZack Clips. Lots of potential there. Whoa, guys! We made it to the Nether. Let's go. Yeah, if you have any video ideas, if you have anything at all that you want to suggest, that'll be absolutely fantastic, because I've got none so far. I really should have done this as a stream, to be honest, because this is quite time consuming. You guys deserve it, because I haven't uploaded in centuries. And to be honest, this is more like the sort of power wash waffle video. No one's actually going to watch this, let's be honest. I predict 36 views on this video. So, you know, no one's even going to watch it. Why am I even worrying? Well, that's not the mindset to have, is it? And also, views don't matter at the moment, because I already know that my content at the moment is sub-optimal due to my lack of facecam. And I also can't hang on this idea that my facecam is going to save my video's quality. Like it's going to somehow make it 100 times better. You know, there still is going to be a lot of work in terms of editing and taking advantage of having this new facecam element in my videos. And how can I sort of edit it a lot? One YouTuber who you might have heard of, 8-Bit Ryan, absolutely baffles me in terms of the amount of content that he makes and the sort of the density of the editing in it. And you know, every 3 seconds on one of his big videos, his camera's changing size, or there's like fire effects, there's sound effects all the time. There's never a downtime moment. And to be honest, it's not really my preferred style of content. Like, where I know, coming from me, who does this fast cut, like I'm never not talking sort of thing, it just seems so much more, even more rare in his videos than it is in mine, that there's just even a brief moment of silence where he's not speaking, and it just feels so like overloading and like, what the fuck is going on? And he's talking all the time, and that's not the point. Basically, that's just my personal opinion. Basically, because of how like edited and heavily edited his videos are, I'm just amazed that he's even able to stick to a schedule and get like, what, 5-6 videos out a week. And he recently did a video about how he's thinking of changing that and sort of making the videos more scarce, but better quality. I mean, my upload schedule is already like, oh shit, non-existent. It's not my job, so I can't sort of dedicate all my time to it as much as I'd want to. If I could make money off YouTube, right, not even just like because I want to be rich or because I want to like get loads of money from all my views. I don't care as of right now. But what I mean is, if I could turn this into a career, it would be, I mean, this is up there with my dream. I do music, right? So I play drums and piano. Right, hold on. How am I getting down here? 1 second. I do music, and for years now, that's been looking like my career path. Like, I do music. That is what I enjoy. So I'm just thinking, like, that is the most likely thing that I was going to do. But as I do YouTube more and more, and thinking about how I've actually done it for, I mean, 6-7 years now, technically, if you're counting the emulator. It's like, it's been such a huge part of my life, and to be able to make money off that, and to be able to actually make a career out of it and do it as a living, it's so fun. And the thing is, I could incorporate my music. Hold on one second, I can't play and do this at the same time. To be able to incorporate my musical skill into that as well, being able to sort of make music and put it into my videos, which, by the way, I have done a couple of times. I don't know if you ever noticed, but some of the music in my videos is actually mine. But what I'm finding is that crafting, sort of scripting and crafting, recording and editing videos is very much like making a song. You come up with a general idea of what you want it to be like. You come up with different elements that you want to include in it, so different like instruments, or in the case of editing, what game you want to play, what you want to happen in the video. And I come up with, even as I'm recording it, I come up with the ideas of how I'm going to be editing it and little funny edits that I could do. And they just stick in my mind, and when I'm editing it, I'm like, oh yeah, I was going to do this at this part. And then I put it in and it ends up actually looking good. It's so satisfying having an idea for an edit in your head for so long, and then you execute it and it actually turns out really funny or good. It's like, oh yeah, it's just so fun. But if I were able to, that wasn't a fart by the way, that was my mic stand. If I were able to turn that into a career and do that as a living, I mean, that is, it's amazing. Is that not amazing? I don't know if anybody else would even like I don't know if it's just that generally making videos is just like an easy or fun thing to do, and it's like, if you can make a career out of it, you're really lucky. But I don't know if there's actually people that find that boring, I don't know, but for me, it is so enjoyable to do, and it's one of the only things that I'm able to like put so much focus and attention on for long periods of time, and still find it satisfying. And you know, it does very rarely get to a point where if I'm making a really, really, really long video, I begin to lose motivation and that I had at the start, especially if it doesn't turn out to be as good as I wanted it to. I'm like, oh, is there even a point finishing this? I can't be arsed uploading it. And they do end up okay in the end anyway, but yeah, what I'm saying is making YouTube videos along with making music are the only two things I've ever been able to focus on and enjoy for long periods of time. There's no other thing that I could do for that long without just absolutely losing the will to live. Especially because I don't want to be one of the, you know, because everyone's fucking grandma's cousin's cat's dog has ADHD to these days, right? I hate saying that I have it when I haven't been diagnosed with it, but I just feel like there's such a strong possibility that I do. And even if I don't, right, it is a fact that I find it extremely hard to focus on anything for longer than 30 seconds. Especially in school. I'm dead. Alright, my A-levels are fucked. Okay, because I can't focus on anything. But video editing, which for a lot of people I reckon could be considered a task, you know, a thing that's hard to do, you know, it's work. For me, it's just the most enjoyable thing ever, and I can't ever see myself getting bored of it. I could do this for years and years and years and years and years, and I would not care. It's amazing, it's fun, it's incredible. Being able to turn that into a career is like my dream, right? Absolutely my dream. And the thing with me is music has been such a huge part of my life and has been such an obvious career choice for me for so long. And everyone's sort of, at this point, everyone, because they think I love it, which I do, but everyone's sort of like shoving it down my throat, like, yes, here's a drum kit, here's a piano, here's a MIDI keyboard, and, you know, you're the guy who loves music in the family. It's sort of like the obvious career choice. But as I do more video editing and as I do more YouTube, I'm starting to realise that this is rivaling, if not exceeding, my passion for music. And it's like, okay, do I just scrap music and try and do something with video editing and video content creation? Or is that, you know, am I not good enough at it? I don't know, but it's something that I really, really enjoy and would really enjoy to get better at. And I don't know, it's just like a difficult choice to make. That was just never going to go well, was it? Anyway, whatever, man. I don't care. I was just playing Minecraft just to give you something to watch in the background. I don't really care. Basically, to just sum up everything I've just said, face reveal video coming up very soon. I'm extremely excited to start doing face cam content. It's going to be incredible. Outlast Trials video coming out soon. Escape the Backrooms, when the update comes out, is also going to be a new video I'm doing. I've got another Minecraft video with mods coming out. I've got face cam content is going to be my channel. after my face reveal. That's basically it, yeah. So, hope you've enjoyed my absolute rambling session, because I certainly have. Sorry for the lack of uploads. I will make sure to get back on top of that once I've done this face reveal and once I've done the Thailand vlog. Especially after the face reveal is just going to be a grind to get a bunch of face cam content out. And it's just going to be really cool to do. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and as always, I will see you in the next one, GDM. Goodbye.